Greetings. The Nerdtastic Pirate presents The Desolate Tower. This is part of a multi-part series on a 100-level wizard's tower that I am designing for my own campaign. This funhouse dungeon promises to challenge groups of any level and players of most experience. It is for use in your fantasy TTRPG, such as 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. But really, any system could work for you. Please enjoy. Alright guys, today's puzzle is of easy to intermediate difficulty and is a logical reasoning puzzle. This puzzle involves using colors and numbers and a riddle to deduce how to bypass the barrier in the room. It comes with a hazard and involves exploration and interaction on the player's part. Let's go. Alright everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about this puzzle, which I don't have a very clever name for, unfortunately. But I do think it's a pretty good puzzle, and it's also, I think, a pretty easy puzzle, which makes it a little bit more fun for players. I feel like too difficult is not fun. So it's better to err on the side of too easy, because your players will still feel smart. All right, so in the last video, we gave a little bit of setup, but we'll go over this again. So we have this chamber. Now this is part of a magical wizard's tower that I'm designing that's got 100 levels. But this is just one level, and you could put this in any dungeon or really in a wizard's house, or you could put this anywhere you want, really. I mean, it's your campaign, and you can fit a puzzle like this, I think, just about anywhere. The real key components are we have, there's something that they want in here, but there's also a force field that's going to block the door that prevents them from escaping, even if they have the key. So this is something that they have to deal with. And we have 5 large, when the players enter, they'll notice immediately there's 5 large discs, like platforms on the ground, that are large enough for a man to stand on. Each one is marked with a number, and the full weight of a person is enough to activate one of these plates. It's not enough to like put a bag of potatoes on or something. You really need to have something really heavy on this. Beyond these discs, there's a large and rather ominous looking disc in the floor that's conspicuously close to the far side. On the edge of the disc here in common, the players will find the following riddle written, and I have it written up here for convenience for the players and for myself. And the riddle posed is, what is neither seen nor enumerated? The correct number is also the wrong number. As I had mentioned earlier, if the players explore a little bit further on and they're not sure what to do with this, and they decide they just don't want to mess with it, when they proceed, they're going to find this orange shimmering force field emerges when they try to go past it. It's going to block them as they try to move past it. So this is also going to serve as a hint because it's going to go right back to what is neither seen. What is neither seen nor enumerated? And the answer is, if you add red and yellow together, you have 3. Very simple. Also, this feeds into the next line, which says the correct number is also the wrong number. There are 5 plates to stand on, and if the players activate any of these other 3 before, while they're activating these 2, or they just activate those ones, there's going to be bad things that happen. But also, that sets up the whole riddle. So the correct number is 3 when you add these 2 together, but it's also not enumerated, and it's the wrong number of plates in the room. So it's kind of a fun little word riddle that I think players will have a lot of fun figuring out. Inside this disc, which will raise when they have solved the puzzle, we have part of a magical item. For me, it's a magical part of a magical item that's used to defeat a boss, but you could use it for anything you want. You could use it for just a regular magical item. It could be uh, a +1 weapon, or it could be some kind of other MacGuffin, or just a note saying, haha, keep on trying, you silly fools. You'll never beat my tower. It could be any of those things you want. But that is this room. It's a pretty simple puzzle, and just to go over a few things, I wouldn't do damage for them running into this. I suppose they could take a little bit of force damage or something, d6 of force damage or something if you want to punish them and say, no, no, you can't go that way. No, no trying. That would be okay. You could do that if you wanted to. And then let's see here. Yeah, the one thing is if they activate this the trap portion of this, the punishment portion, by stepping on the wrong platform or stepping off without the second one being activated, the disc in the floor is going to radiate necrotic energy and filling the chamber with lethal radiation. Each creature needs to make a con save versus necrotic damage and blindness. You can make it up to whatever difficulty you want. I'm doing this because the boss they're going to be fighting is going to blind them, and it's a creature of darkness and necrotic energy. So this is going to be thematically appropriate, and it's going to set up for that. So I think that's going to be fun. I have it set as 12d10 necrotic damage because I'm figuring the players when they go through here are probably going to be at least I don't know, at least a level 10, 12, and they need to get zapped pretty good to even kind of notice something like that. So you know, blindness without restoration, permanent blindness that requires some sort of restoration, and 12d10 of necrotic damage is a pretty nasty effect for screwing up a simple puzzle, but also will keep them on their toes for the rest of the tower, and they'll be able to reset after that. There's really no time constraints on the tower specifically. So, if they just want to power through it and take as much time as they need to with resting and stuff, it is an option. So it's not, I don't feel that this is an unfair puzzle. And since it's pretty easy, we'll call it I would say this is an easy puzzle, but maybe it's intermediate. I don't know. You can give me your thoughts. But yeah, when they defeat the puzzle, this disc will raise and give them the reward, and this barrier will fade, allowing them to get to the door, which is also locked. But it could just be a regular door. Maybe there's no door there. It's up to you. But this is this general little color number puzzle that I have. And then the second one I wanted to show you, this is the lead-in for the next episode we do. I do have a clever name for this one, but we'll save that for the next video. The players will enter, I think it's from this side, it doesn't matter. Either side they enter from, this scenario is the same. When they enter, they find themselves in a chamber that is much deeper than usual. Most of these chambers are only like 10 feet tall. They find themselves 60 foot up. I think there's a 10-foot ceiling, 10-foot high ceiling here, or 5 feet up is the ceiling or whatnot. But 10 feet, it's a 60-foot drop to the floor here, far, far below. And in the middle of the room, there's these weapons going up in a very straight line, right down the middle of the room on the floor. Let's see here, and then let's see here, my notes. The ceiling is 40 feet above. Excuse me. So there's a good distance of gap between the ceiling and the floor. And then we've got these neatly lined weapons on the floor, and then we've got the opposing stairwell at the same height. And we'll save that for next week to let you guys think about what could be going on in this room and what you would do to bypass it. Until then, this has been the Nerdtastic Pirate, and I look forward very much to hearing from you in the comments below and seeing what you guys have to think about this puzzle. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for being a friend of the channel. Please like and subscribe so that you don't miss my upcoming videos in this series. Expect more fun for Game Masters in the videos to come. This has been the Nerdtastic Pirate, signing off.